The Downfall of Ted Bundy, Psychology, Embarrassment, and Prison. The name Theodore Robert Bundy, commonly known as Ted Bundy, is one that incites fear and revulsion, even decades after his death. He remains one of the most studied and enigmatic serial killers in American history. Bundy's charming facade, combined with his cold-blooded psychopathy, allowed him to perpetrate a series of gruesome murders that spanned several states and years. Yet, the seemingly alluring exterior eventually shattered, leading to his apprehension, subsequent imprisonment, and eventual execution. This video aims to delve into the intricate aspects of Bundy's personality and mental state, the humiliation he faced during his trial, and the stark reality of his life in prison that led to his ultimate downfall. The psychology of Ted Bundy. Bundy exemplified the traits of a psychopath: superficial charm, grandiose self-perception, and a profound lack of remorse or guilt. His charisma and manipulative capabilities allowed him to lure unsuspecting victims, enabling him to evade the clutches of the law for a significant period. Yet, it was Bundy's narcissistic belief in his superiority and invincibility that ironically catalyzed his downfall. Convinced that he could outwit the legal system, Bundy made several strategic missteps that resulted in his capture. Beyond his psychopathy, Bundy also displayed signs of antisocial personality disorder, including a flagrant disregard for the rights of others and an inability to conform to societal norms. These traits underpinned his violent actions and demonstrated a chilling lack of empathy for his victims. Bundy's trial and the ensuing embarrassment. Upon capture, Bundy chose to represent himself in court, a decision driven by his inflated self-perception and belief in his persuasive abilities. This move, however, proved disastrous. Bundy's lack of legal knowledge and expertise, coupled with his overconfidence, led to a series of courtroom blunders that further incriminated him. The trial rapidly transformed into a spectacle of national interest, with Bundy's audacious behavior and shocking revelations capturing the nation's attention. His theatrics included a shocking marriage proposal to a witness while on the stand, a moment that further reinforced the bizarre and disturbing narrative surrounding him. This spectacle, publicly broadcast across the nation, served to humiliate Bundy, a man who had been meticulous about maintaining an outward semblance of normalcy and charm. Bundy's life and death in prison. Once behind bars, Bundy faced a reality far removed from the freedom and control he once reveled in. His incarceration was marked by a series of escape attempts, one of which was temporarily successful but ultimately led to his recapture in Florida. These escape attempts, and the subsequent crimes committed while on the run, led to additional charges and heightened security measures. While in prison, Bundy found himself stripped of the control he had once wielded so masterfully. His manipulative tactics were no longer effective within the prison walls, and he found himself subjected to the stringent routines and regulations of prison life. This loss of control was further underscored by his failed escape attempts. As Bundy sat on death row, he made a series of confessions, detailing the extent of his crimes in an apparent attempt to delay his execution. These confessions offered a harrowing insight into his psyche and further underscored his manipulative nature. The legacy of Ted Bundy, a study in criminal psychology. Ted Bundy's life and crimes have provided valuable insights for criminal psychologists and law enforcement agencies. His case underscores the potential danger posed by individuals who, on the surface, appear charming and charismatic but harbor dark, violent tendencies. It reminds us that psychopathy can be masked by a manipulative personality and superficial charm, making such individuals extremely dangerous and difficult to apprehend. The embarrassment, a national spectacle. Bundy's trial was one of the first to be nationally televised, turning the legal proceedings into a public spectacle. The audacious behavior exhibited by Bundy during his trial, such as proposing to a witness on the stand, demonstrated his continued manipulation and grandstanding, even when facing the severity of his crimes. The trial, in all its grotesque detail, served to publicly humiliate Bundy and expose the monstrous nature of his actions. This public shaming marked a significant turning point in Bundy's downfall, as he was no longer able to maintain the facade of normalcy he had so carefully crafted. Imprisonment, the loss of control. Bundy's imprisonment signified a significant loss of control for a man who had meticulously planned and executed his crimes. His manipulation tactics and charm, which had been so effective in luring his victims, were largely ineffective within the confines of the prison walls. His unsuccessful escape attempts further exemplified his loss of control and freedom. Bundy's time on death row was particularly significant, marked by a series of confessions intended to delay his execution. These confessions, while providing valuable insights into the extent and brutality of his crimes, also served to further demonstrate his manipulative nature. Conclusion. The downfall of Ted Bundy was a complex interplay of his own psychopathic tendencies, the public embarrassment he endured during his trial, and the harsh realities of his life in prison. His overconfidence and manipulative tactics, which had once enabled his violent spree, were key contributors to his eventual downfall. Bundy's story serves as a stark reminder of the potential for evil that can lurk behind a charming facade, the importance of maintaining vigilance in the face of such danger, and the enduring power of justice. His downfall underscores the notion that even those who believe they are beyond the reach of the law will ultimately face the consequences of their actions.